And joining us now is the man himself, the man with this dream to bring this to fruition, Hilton Howell, the CEO of our parent company, Gray Television. And Hilton, I know one of the things that you mentioned to Tracy in that last story was that back in 1996, you know, when the Olympics came to Atlanta, that was a time for Atlanta to show itself. What are you hoping that people take away from Assembly Atlanta now that it's here?
Well, I want you to know, Rashida, I mean, I'm really proud of my adopted home state of Georgia. And the 96 Olympics showed Atlanta and the state of Georgia broadly off to the whole world. And I also am really proud of film and television, and particularly television, however we get to people's homes, because it helps to expose people to what's going on in the world. It's really one of the greatest mediums that I've ever seen. And so by bringing film and television and the production capacities here in a local place, we can do so much. We can show off our home state, we can create jobs, we can help build dreams. And I mean, you know, if you can do all that, that's a home run. That's what we're going to be doing here.
Yeah, speaking of dreams, I know this is one of your dreams. So how has this particular venture, has it superseded the dreams that you had for it now that we're here on opening weekend?
You know, I think this is a dream that I had, but it's a dream that a lot of people have had. And one of the great things about this whole development is that it is the embodiment physically of a lot of people's dreams, aspirations, and then their creative energies. One of the things that I'm the most proud of, we had these design meetings, and they were all local folks, and we sat down and I didn't know what this meant, but it was a charrette, all right? And I didn't know what the word it was, French word. I called it a charcuterie, whatever. But it's where you brought all the designers together and the people with creative ideas, and everyone shared, and we put it up on visual things. And then people brought together the common pieces, and that's how the facades were put together on the boulevard. That's how these glass buildings and the water set out here, the pond that's behind us, was put together, because it was that creative energy and all of that. And so that came to bear and then has now become real in this facility. And what I hope, once it's done, is that this facility helps other people dream. And they can sit down and create something really great and take it forward into the world after that.
One of the things that you just said I thought was interesting is how you guys have really been inclusive of the entire community. You've used local businesses to get steel from, specifically here in Georgia. Why was that so important to make Georgians feel like they were a part of this large project?
Because, I mean, we try to do this in every market we're in. And I mean, so in any TV station that we have, we use the local community. That's what it's all about. You do business where you're at. This facility is in Georgia. It's where our corporate headquarters is. And Georgia had made a decision, and I think it was 2008, on a state level to invest in the film and television business. And as our company has grown, because, you know, I've been with the company since our very first TV station, and now we're in 114 markets across the United States. And our company has matured, and so in 2008, we couldn't have done what we've done here. But after what we have done in the company that we have built, we had the funds to do it, and so we've built this facility, and we put the money to do it into the local community. Because at the end of the day, jobs, making people excited about what they're doing. And if you walk around here, whether it's the people putting this function, this gala together, or it's the workers that have been out here for the last 19 months, there is such a spirit of hope and optimism and drive. And, you know, you can just see it in their eyes. That lifts my heart in so many ways.
It seems like this is a place that's going to make people feel. I heard you mention the word feel.
I think that it will. I really do. You know, there's something about life that you feel inside. I kind of often call it magic. I think there's a lot of magic that's in this place. And if you can get people to feel magic, then they're going to create some great stuff. And you never know, all right? You just never know what's going to come out. And so give them the opportunities, give them the venues, give them the capacity, and give them the drive. They bring the drive. Give them the opportunity and let their drive create something. So I'm looking forward to seeing that's going to be the real legacy of this investment, is what gets created here.
And lastly, I know over the past decade, Georgia has grown quite a bit in regards to the filmmaking industry. You have people in Alpharetta and Doraville saying, hey, I just saw a movie being made in my backyard. So things are starting to change. How is Assembly Atlanta going to fit into that bigger picture?
Well, I hope that it gets us to the sort of the critical level of size to where it is a permanent part of the business community in this state. There's no question that we're not going backwards in Georgia. We're going forward. And I'm hoping that this investment will make it a permanent part of our economy, which I feel very confident in, and that it will open up opportunities that we really don't know yet, all right? But I know it's going to be a great financial success. I know that it's going to create a great number of jobs. And I think that the beauty of this place, the style, the inspiration will inspire others. And so we'll see where they go.
It's certainly an inspiring place as you enter the grounds here at Assembly Atlanta. And I know one of my favorite parts about this building is the Jewel.
Yes.
I'm curious to know what your favorite part here at Assembly Atlanta is.
Well, I noticed you've got a jewel-tone dress on right now, Rashida. You're ready to dance tomorrow night? Well, I'll tell you a little story about that. It was an accident. Like so many things, it's serendipity. But when the plans were drawn for all of this, and it was just an idea, the 2 floors on the top of this building are all glass and open air. And people just started colloquially calling it the Jewel Box because it was just up there and it was all glass and it stuck, all right? And so we ended up checking around and no one had used it. And so we, copyrighted it and we named the place the Jewel Box. And then when the gala came up, we said, all right, well, if we have a black tie party in Atlanta, everybody's going to wear black. All the women will be in black and the men will be in black. And it's like, COVID's over with. It's time to celebrate. And it doesn't make great TV. A little color kind of breaks it all up. This isn't a funeral or a wake, all right? This is a party. And so I've got to say, the Jewel Box is my favorite. But closely rivaled by the facade. And then also right there by the pond behind us, because this will be the largest water set in the world, and it will be the only one on the East Coast, and I think one of only 2 in the United States.
Wow.
And so I think that's really, really, really special. And from a development and business point, what I love about the pond behind us, we got to come up with a name for that, Rashida, so you help me with that.
I'm going to help you out.
But it's really a water retention area. So when you have the big floods, if the hurricanes come, it will flood up. So it serves a very practical effort. But it also serves a creative effort. So if you got to film the Titanic or Jaws or Waterworld or, anything that needs, we can do it right out here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Well, it's certainly a great thing here in Atlanta, and we're thanking you so much for joining us here on Local News Live and for allowing us to see your vision come to fruition.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for what you guys are doing at Local News Live. I'm very, very, very proud of you. I'm proud of you, Rashida. Thank you. Cheers. All
righty. Well, you just heard it here, CEO of Gray Television, Hilton Howell. Thanks so much for joining us. You're watching Local News Live.